What if I told you that Kelowna home prices are down 12% from the market peak, and that there's more inventory right now than we've seen in over a decade? That as a buyer, this could be one of the best windows we've had in years. But as a seller, pricing too high or waiting too long could mean sitting on the market with no offers. That's exactly what's happening in Kelowna right now. And in this video, we're breaking down what's really going on, what it means for you, and how to navigate it whether you're buying, selling, or just watching from the sidelines. Before we get into the details though, I'm Tyrell Boake, a realtor in Kelowna, and on this channel, I help you navigate the real estate market and provide you with useful information so you can make informed decisions that make sense for you. This video is part of an exclusive collaboration with top real estate YouTubers from across North America. We're each breaking down what's really happening in our local markets, the stuff you won't hear on the evening news or read in some generic market report. If you want the real inside scoop on what's going down in markets beyond your own backyard, make sure you check out all the videos linked below. These aren't just random YouTubers, these are people who know their markets inside and out. Starting with the number of sales, you can see that 2025 has been outpacing 2024 for the number of sales year to date. We are still below what we had for sales in 2023, but it is a positive improvement that the market is a little busier than it was in a down year that was 2024. Inventory continues to grow and we're up 9% year over year with right around 3,500 residential listings on the market at the end of May. Diving a little deeper into the inventory levels, you can see in single family homes that inventory level has started to level out and we're not that much higher than we were this time last year, but we are still significantly higher than we were any time in the month of May over the last decade. The townhome inventory continues to grow, however, it isn't substantially higher than the highest peak that we've seen over the last decade, but it is substantially higher than the number of townhomes that were listed in 2021 or 2022. Condo inventory continues to explode, and we're now over 900 current listings on the MLS, and this doesn't even count the inventory that's being held by developers. If you're a buyer in this market, whether you're looking at townhomes, condos, or detached homes, the opportunity right now is massive. You've got more inventory to choose from than we've seen in over a decade, which means less pressure, more options, and a better chance of negotiating a fair price. And while prices are still down from the peak, they've been holding steady, which tells us this probably isn't a free fall or a market crash. That means you can move forward with confidence. But if you're a seller, this market is unforgiving if you get your strategy wrong. Pricing your home like it's 2022 or skipping the marketing plan is a fast track to getting stuck. Right now, only about 1 in 8 properties is selling each month. So if your listing isn't sharp, strategic, and priced for today's buyer, you're gonna get overlooked. iPhone photos and a for sale sign in the yard just won't cut it anymore, and neither will wishful pricing. Starting with the composite benchmark price, this is the benchmark price of all asset classes kind of lumped together, and it can give us a general idea of where the market is heading. That composite price is down 12% from the market peak in 2022, but it is also up from where the market bottomed out in October of 2024. Still, it's down over $100,000 from the market peak. Moving on to single-family detached homes, the benchmark price in May was down about half a percentage point from April, which isn't a significant change, but it is a trend downwards. Going out over the last year though, that price is up 1.5% year over year. And if we look at the graph of the benchmark price for the detached home market from 2022, it's down 13% from the market peak, or $150,000. However, over the last few months, that price had been trending up, but we're seeing a new trend emerging where the price has come down 2 consecutive months. However, over the last decade, those prices have doubled. It did peak in 2022, but after the market correction, we've seen some stability over the last 18 months. Still, I'd like to keep an eye on that benchmark price as it's come down for 2 consecutive months and has been softening. In the townhome market, the benchmark price in May was up 1.5% over the previous month and came in at $745,000. Year over year, it's up almost 3% from where we were this time last year. There's been a lot of volatility in the townhome market, but it is down 11% from the market peak and almost $100,000, but it is also up $40,000 from where it was in January of 2024, which looks like where the market bottomed. If we take that trend, it is trending upwards. However, there was a correction a month ago, but I see that that trend has already stopped and we've gone back up again. Going out over the last decade again, that price is up substantially from where it was 10 years ago. Surprisingly, the condo market hasn't moved that much recently, and it was only down 0.2% in May from the month before. The benchmark price of a condo in Kelowna is still just over $500,000. And year over year, it's up under 1%, so you could say that there's been a fair amount of stability in this market despite the high levels of inventory that we have. The benchmark price graph does tell us a little bit of a story. This price is down 8% from the market peak, which is about $40,000. That price had started to decline in late 2024. It took a quick jump up in January, February of this year. There were 3 months of declines with a 1 month rebound, and now that price has started to decline again. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in this market with all that inventory. And again, over the last decade, though, that price has more than doubled. Moving on to the months of inventory, and keep in mind, usually from 0 to 3 months, we would consider that a seller's market in the Okanagan. In that type of market, there's upward pressure on prices, and there's less to choose from for buyers. 4 to 6 months would be considered a balanced market, and there's not much pressure on prices either way, and over 6 months of available inventory would mean that we're in buyer's market territory, where generally there should be some pressure on prices to come down, or at least not go up. Currently, in the single-family detached home market, we have 7 months of available inventory, which is on par from where we were the month before. In the townhome market, however, we have moved into that balanced market territory with 5.9 months of available inventory. So we're basically at the top end of what would be considered a balanced market. And in the condo market, the months of inventory continues to grow, and we're almost at 10 months of available inventory. There should be pressure in this market for prices to come down, though I'm not sure how quickly that'll happen because we've been in this buyer's market for well over a year and there hasn't been significant pressure on prices to come down yet. They seem to be holding steady around $500,000 for the benchmark price. So just to recap, we're in a buyer's market for single-family detached homes, balanced in the townhome market, and in a buyer's market in the condo market. So to wrap this up, yes, prices are down from the peak and inventory is way up. That gives buyers a rare advantage we haven't seen in years. But at the same time, sellers need to be dialed in on pricing and marketing or you risk getting stuck. The gap between success and sitting on the market is wider than it's been in a long time. The good news? With the right advice, both buyers and sellers can navigate this market confidently. It's not about timing the market, it's about having the right plan for your goals. If you're thinking about making a move or just want to understand what all this means for your situation, you can book a call with me using the link down in the description whenever you're ready. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Are you thinking of buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on things for now? I'll be back next month with another update, so make sure to subscribe and follow so you don't miss out. And check out the other videos in the description for updates in other markets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.